Hi everyone, welcome back. So here we are starting a brand new voyage. It is now Voyage 16 for $3,640, and that's on a Discover card. And that's to get that one completely paid off and to eliminate that card from our list of items that we'll be needing to pay off, and we won't be having that on our credit available anymore. So we're gonna completely put that card aside. And this is the week 1. And then joining us for the first week is One Little Whale. So we start off by showing how we're going to attempt to do Voyage 16. We're going off to a nice slow start because we just did a big rush on our last voyage and got that paid off in, what was it, 3 or 4 weeks. So we're going to take some time and just do some small payments and gear up to do some bigger ones. So that $3,640, that is due on February 13th. And then the rate did get smaller. So it was at 16.99. It's at 16.74. And we did send $75 on December 5th. So we currently are down to $3,565. So we'll go ahead and check mark that. And then next week we're going to plan on a payment for $100. And then for the next, was it 7 weeks, we're going to try and do $495, or we may pay it off sooner depending on how everything looks. So we will see, but this is kind of our preliminary, what we're looking at right now to see get that paid by this due date. And then as far as the checking account, since we used the paycheck last week and this week to get last voyage done, there was no action in the checking account that takes in the direct deposits. And this one is, we're just going to update the Discover one. And so December 5th, we did get $75 sent to that. So we are at 3640 minus that 75. 3,565 is the current balance on that Discover one. We did have some activity in our checking account, also / emergency funds. This is the secondary one. So last time we had stopped at a balance of $78.89. We did take $600 from savings account, and we did have 1 penny of interest that accrued into that account. Loan 1 was paid for $191.28. Line of credit 3 was paid for $121.34. Line of credit 2 had a payment of $123.20 coming out of this account. And then we did another transaction from savings for $782. And with that amount, we did do $75 to the Citibank. We did a payment to Target for $39.80. The mortgage got paid for $781.66. And then $80 was withdrawn from cash, giving us $48.62. And then we also had more activity on that same checking account. So after we went with the $48.62, we did take money from line of credit 3, $350. Line of credit 2, we advanced ourselves $100, and that was now making $498.62 the current balance on that account. We then paid that Discover one for $75, giving a balance of $423.62. The garbage and water bill were both paid by American Express, but we took that out of this account and paid the American Express, bringing that down to $256.62. And we also have a student loan payment for $182 that's going to come out, and it's kind of I think 181 and some change, but I just went ahead and subtracted the 182 out because that's going to actually happen tomorrow. So we are then left with $74.62 in that emergency fund. And I'm seeing that looks like this color might be a little hard to read, so I make sure I won't use that next time. So we then look at the American Express. We had a payment of $228.47 that was due. And this is where we put the water and the trash on the American Express, and that came to $167. Then we sent the $167 to American Express. So now we still owe $61.47 on that. We then show the Visa, where on the Visa we did take $300 from the overdraft and put that into checking. Then $220 was sent to the Visa and $80 was to the gas bill. And then the Visa actually paid the gas bill for the $82.91. And this is just a repeated summary of our voyages 1 through 8A on $0 to 25K. And once again, that we started it on August of 2023. And then by August of 2024, we had 25K of debt cleared. Our next milestone was the 25K to 50K. So from Voyage 8B to Voyage 12, starting in August of 2024 and ending in June of 2025, we then paid off $50,000 worth of debt. And then we are currently still working on our 50 to 75K. So Voyages 12 through 15 has gotten us up to $74,294.25. We then add on that $75 we just did a Voyage 16, and we're currently at $74,369.25. And then we get to the credit available part, where we have Visa has a limit of $10,000. We currently have a balance of $9,789, so $211 is available. And then since we are done with City Diamond, we've zeroed that out. And then we are focusing on that Discover one. And this is going to be the next one we're going to take out of our list of lines of credit to use. And that's currently at 16.74. We are working with a limit of $22,000, and that currently has a balance of $3,565. So we now have $18,435 available. So currently on lines we're eliminating, we have a limit of $32,000, a balance of $13,354, and available is $18,646. And on this one, we have future bills, or we still need to transfer. And this is a lot of this is going to happen next Friday. But we still need to do an internet transfer of $82 to the American Express. And then we have a Citibank payment for YouTube for $25 that we still need to make. And I think actually we might have done that, but I did not verify that. That's probably why the question mark is there. We have a Netflix for $19.29 on American Express. Electric bill due on December 17th for $79.74. And we're going to use Citibank or American Express on that. And I might do Citibank just because that will have a payment due. And we're almost done getting American Express paid off, but I might just start doing it where all the bills that need to be added to a card might just go to American Express for simplicity. We'll see. And Discover 2 for $200 is due on December 20th. And that's typically for groceries. And then we have a phone bill on December 20th for $25, which will be on that City Diamond. And that'll be the only item on City Diamond from here on out. And this shows the monthly bills that have occurred. And the internet, we're still needing to pay that $82 to the American Express. So I didn't do any check marks on that. We did do $75 to Discover One coming from line of credit. And since that occurred, I check marked it. We did pay mortgage $781.66 from savings. We had a car insurance $155.33 from savings. We did the phone bill for $30, and we still need to pay the American Express for that, as well as the Discord bill for $10.71. And then we just did the gas bill for $82.91, and we need to make the payment to the overdraft on that. So it was overdraft and Visa on that one, and that was due on the December 1st, and that's why I did that. For the loans, this month we started mortgage at $47,291.26. We did pay $137.93 interest, $178.20 went to principal, ending the balance at $47,113.06. So we should be at a nice milestone. Next time I think we'll be at 46,000 and something. So we'll be able to drop a digit right there. We did have escrow 465.53. Loan 1 started off with $8,364.14. Interest was $39.07. Principal was $152.21, and that ended at $8,211.93. The student loans will come out on Mondays. They're typically on the 7th, but since that's today on a Sunday, that should happen on Monday. So I'll have that updated for next week. Line of credit 2 started off at $12,265.46. We did have $68.25 of interest, $54.95 of principal. Line of credit 3 was at $12,086.97. Interest was $74.80. Principal was $46.54. Line of credit 1 started at $11,757.15. We paid interest of $72.75 and principal $45.27. And then we look at our savings payback, where we started off with $2,075. We did borrow $111 for American Express, $210 for Citibank, $205 for Discover, $127 for a Citi Diamond, $600 for the loans and lines of credit, $782 for the mortgage, giving us a new balance of $40 in that savings account. And then on Friday we'll have a new paycheck, so we will filter that through back into the savings to repay ourselves and replenish that. And then we will probably start messing with one of the lines again too. So we'll see how that goes out next week. I think I might just focus on getting the savings replenished first, and then doing a few bills out of that just to see how that works. So we will see how we work that out. So if you made it this far into the video, the code word is Christmas tree. And please like and subscribe to follow my debt voyages. And I will talk to you in the next video. Thank you for joining me. Bye.